What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Dad's old blue car again. How we can get old blue Dad's car to run an 11-second quarter mile. Let's get into it. All right, so we got a couple ideas on how we're going to get this car to go 11s, but we're about to show you some of it. So let's get this car up. Let's get this car on the lift and get underneath of it, because one of the major issues that we're having right now is clutch slippage. Now, I noticed the clutch is a little doggish in like first second, so you lose a lot of quarter mile time and you're losing that power that you should be putting to the ground. So the idea we got, me and cousin Paul, we've been racing on this damn clutch for so many years. This clutch was in the black car, this clutch was in Hot Wheels, this clutch was in the blue two-tone car. It was a simple Spec 2 Plus plate. It's got like these vents in it. It's kind of crazy because they haven't made this in a long time. That's what Spec told me. So what cousin Paul's gonna do is he's gonna sand this down and clean it up. And we're gonna take this old AutoZone, actually it's not even old, it's a new disc. You can still see the Vallejo stamp right here. Bros, we're gonna stick this cheap ass disc, we're gonna stick it on this really nice pressure plate. And then we're gonna stick it down in Dad's car. Since Dad's car only makes like 300, 325 wheel, we figured this clutch will do plenty of clamp load. And then we're gonna go ahead and change the flywheel while we're at it. And actually, me and cousin Paul are gonna dig into the T5, and I'll show you that in a little bit. Cousin Paul and I had just got this transmission out. You know, you can't go fast when you have whole chunks of clutch missing. You know, I knew there was something going on coming through the traps. It was vibrating real bad, and I knew this clutch, you know, it was getting thin. You can see it's getting thin. It just wasn't doing it anymore. And that's kind of the telltale sign that, you know, you'll lose, you know, horsepower and torque because your clutch is slipping or it's broken or whatever, you know. And there's some hot spots on this flywheel, nothing wrong with it. We could be cut and reused, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch over here. We're gonna use a brand new flywheel, and like I had mentioned before, we're gonna switch over to the Spec 2 Plus that we've used for years and a brand new organic disc, and see if this little $50 AutoZone disc will survive. So let me show you the transmission. So we got the transmission apart. Counter shaft looked pretty good, but you can hear that there's a little bit of quite a bit of play in it. Coming over to here, first, second, third, all look pretty good, but the input definitely have seen better days. Had some chipping in it and stuff. I got a nice spare input shaft from another build that we'll put in here. I'm not really worried about the bearings. We'll tighten it all up and we'll re-shim it. Speaking of shimming, so like I had been saying when I was thinking about stability, you know, you got a little bit of play in here. This little 10 piece of crap back here that holds the counter shaft in, man, that thing's a piece of crap. So we always, in all my T5 swap and builds that I sell, I always put this counter shaft plate in. This is a billet steel made by Hanlon Motorsports. It's a nice thick billet steel counter shaft support. It'll keep it from flexing so much under so much load. And when you match that with a nice steel front bearing retainer, cast iron steel, you know, you keep this the solidity inside of the transmission from binding too much. Now the case is still weak, but you know, this is what I did with Project Hot Wheels and its transmission, and it's still alive today. So we're gonna go ahead and get this popped off. I'm gonna get this trans together, stop talking so much, Next time we talk, we're going to be assembling the video or assembling the rest of the stuff underneath the car because we got to get it done if we're going to race tonight. And I got to get a blower pulley put on. So, yeah. Well, we got a care package in the mail today. You guys see it. 312 Supercharger pulley. That's a pretty small pulley right there compared to what's on there. Because I think we have on here is a 333. So this thing's going to make about 2 or 3 pounds more boost. 2 pounds to 3 pounds. We're going to send it. How are we going to make this damn car go 11's stock block with slicks and literally an exhaust? Fix the clutch issue that we had already had. A smaller pulley on, change the belt. We're going to tighten this transmission up so it supports it and we stop missing gears. And then I'm going to support it with the front bearing retainer and the counter shaft retainer. So that's how we're going to go faster tonight. We're going to actually turn the timing down from 16 to 14 because they didn't like it. We're going to drain the tank and make sure we have enough fuel. We're going to cheat and put a little race fuel in it just so we kind of maybe not leave the rods on the track. And we're going to just go send the damn thing. So next video, you'll see us probably at the track. We're going to get this thing all put back together, get that pulley on, and stop talking. Let's get to work. All right, so we're on our way to Thompson Drag Raceway. Another Wednesday night grudge night. I'm a little late, but we had cousin Paul take the car out. Basically, I wanted to heat cycle the clutch and get the clutch kind of seated a little bit before I actually start beating the snot out of it. So we're gonna make adjustment maybe. I'm gonna put the tires and the slicks on when I get here, put a little better fuel in it, and we're gonna send it and see what kind of time we get. Hopefully the track's there a little bit better, and you know, maybe cousin Paul make a couple hits and I'll give some Easter egg videos for y'all on top of this one, and we'll have some fun. So let's get to the track and get busy. All right, here we go. New clutch, rebuilt trans, shorter belt, smaller pulley. We'll see if it can handle it. Wow. Wow. So there you have it. I mean, right off the jump, first pass, we broke the axle. So let me explain how lucky that me and cousin Paul are. Is if that thing comes out at 100 miles an hour, I'm hitting a wall. This should be one of your good mods that you need to do. And as if you didn't already know, the axle shaft snapped. Now we haven't got the whole diff apart to see what everything got damaged, but we're pretty sure that we broke the axle. I know that's for a fact. So these axles are weak and they're only held in with a C-clip that's inside of the differential. So if you snap the end of the axle off, this thing's coming out. We're lucky. So what our plans are to do is to get Dad's old blue car up on the lift. I've already ordered 5-lug C-clip eliminators with long studs, 31 spline axle. We're gonna install that here on Dad's car. So we didn't think we'd need to do that right off the jump like this, but we must have had something going on with the axles. But that's for another video. Luckily, we have a 31 spline diff from an Explorer. Is that one right there? Cousin Paul's got it right here in his hand. This is a 31 spline diff from an Explorer. And these are the spider gears. Basically, all this diff is missing is a clutch pack set. And I've already ordered that too. So what we're gonna do is this diff will fit right inside of the 88 housing that the Ford Fox body came with. Just go to the junkyard, get you a diff for cheap, and most Explorers got gears in it anyways. 373s, 410s, whatever. So you get a gear swap and a diff try for cheap. You can't use the Explorer axles on an 88 Fox body rear end because the axles are too thick. But anything you get 31 spline, you're gonna have to get aftermarket or secondhand. So guys, this is definitely, C-clip eliminators are definitely something really good to use in a car like this, or at least stronger axles if you're gonna play the game like we did. But luckily nobody got hurt. I had to take that walk of shame. Well, Cousin Paul's over here laughing at me because he actually broke Black Car's original. Did you break the trans or did you break the axle?
Pinion.
He actually snapped the Black Car's pinion one time, and I didn't get that on video, so I'm gonna get you back. What are you laughing at in there? But anyways, I super appreciate you guys' time about the differential change, because we're gonna go 31 spline, and the fact that C-clip eliminators are a must at this point, because we're never gonna get rid of Dad's car old blue anyways. So stay tuned, make sure you hit that like and sub. I'm sorry I only made one hit and it's kind of a video. We're throwing parts at this car so we could go fast, but I appreciate everybody and their time. Make sure you check out some of the other channels that I've mentioned before in my other videos, and I will see you soon.